If your team hates admin and data entry, it's not because they're lazy. It's because it feels pointless. And pointless work is the fastest way to create low effort, low ownership, and high turnover. Today, I'm going to show you how to take any task and make it meaningful in 60 seconds without being cringy, without those posters, and without speeches. As a mid-level manager, you're the link between the task and the mission. Leadership says, we need those numbers. Your people say, this is a waste of our time. And you're stuck in the middle cleaning up missed updates, chasing statuses, and putting out fires. That's purpose drift. Let's talk about why purpose is important now more than ever. Here's what's changed. A lot of younger workers entering the workforce aren't just asking, what's the paycheck? They're asking, am I making a difference? They want to feel like their work matters, like it impacts people, like it contributes to something bigger than a to-do list. And if they can't find meaning, they'll either mentally check out or they'll leave. So purpose is not some feel-good topic. It's a retention tool. It's a performance tool. And leaders have to learn how to translate work into meaning every single day. I'm Joseph Shedd, and I've spent 19 years in the U.S. Navy, and I want to say something that leaders don't say enough. Making real impact usually isn't instantaneous. It took me more than a decade to get to a position where I could influence on scale. That's not discouraging, that's the reality. And it's exactly why leaders have to coach, mentor, train, and encourage their teams, because overnight success to impact is almost impossible. But sustained development, that creates unstoppable leaders. By the end of this video, you'll have a tool you can use in your next meeting to make work matter instantly. I'm giving you a 60-second Purpose Translator, examples for boring tasks like Salesforce, and how to keep morale up when impact takes time. Let's go. Purpose isn't motivation, and purpose isn't a slogan. Purpose is clarity about that impact. Most purpose talks fail because leaders say big mission words, but they never connect those words to the daily work. So the team gets stuck doing tasks that feel like noise. That's how morale drops. That's how you lose your best people. So we're not doing posters. We're doing translation. Now let's talk about the Purpose Translator, a 60-second framework built just for you. Here's the framework. It's 3 questions. Who benefits? Who's safer, faster, better, or more successful because we do this? Why does this matter? What gets protected, improved, or prevented if we do it right? When looks like what? What does good look like, and how will we know? This turns task assignment into mission assignment. Now let's use the task everyone complains about. Here's the first example about inputting data into Salesforce. This is typically what you hear, update Salesforce. So let's translate that. Team, Salesforce data entry isn't busy work. It's how we keep the promises to the real people that we work for. Future applicants, our recruiters, and the people counting on us to be accurate. If we get this wrong, we waste hours chasing ghosts, we make bad decisions, and people fall through the cracks. The win here is accurate updates by the end of the day with notes clear enough that anyone can pick up the file and run with it. Then you can add this line at the end. If this is going to slip, don't be silent. I want an early heads up and bring me your best fix. That's purpose plus accountability. Here's example number 2, the military why. On a ship, we don't just say, do your job. We connect it to safety and readiness. We explain why we're out to sea defending, and we make it personal. Your individual contribution keeps the team safe and ready. That translation turns routine into responsibility at the individual level. Here's example number 3, where we talk about recruiting. In recruiting, the purpose is real. We help real people change their lives. We've helped people go from homeless to being taken care of and getting back on their feet. So when the team feels like they're buried in paperwork, I bring it back to the impact. I use the who, which is a person who needs stability. Why? Our follow through can literally change their life trajectory. The win here is moving that person forward in the process so they're not stuck. That's how you restore that meaning. Now, here's something leaders need to hear. A lot of your team wants to make a difference right now. That's not a weakness, that's a strength. But the frustration comes when they don't feel impact immediately. This is where leaders have to coach perspective. You're building capability today so you can create impact tomorrow. I didn't reach my highest impact leadership roles overnight. It took me years of reps, growth, responsibility, and trust. So if you want to keep morale strong, you have to give your people two things at the same time: meaning today and a path to more impact tomorrow. This is why mentoring matters. This is why training matters, because purpose without progress turns into disappointment. Next, here's 3 purpose moves you can implement tomorrow. Move number 1 is purpose in 2 minutes. Start your meetings with that framework I already taught you: the who, the why, and the when. It takes 60 seconds and it saves hours of rework. Move number 2 is purpose during delegation. When you assign work, add 1 line. You're not just doing the task, you're going to protect the outcome. Give them ownership and give them the why. Move number 3 is purpose during recognition. Don't just praise the effort that your people put in. Praise the impact to the overall team and the organization. Here's an example. Because you did X, Y happened, and that protected the mission. This trains your team on what matters the most. Here's your challenge. Drop a task your team hates in the comments. I'll translate it using the who, why, when framework so it feels meaningful and actually drives follow through. Because purpose-driven leadership isn't about speeches. It's translation every single day. And if you want the execution layer that makes purpose real, go watch my video on how great leaders start with why, where I teach you about Simon Sinek's Golden Circle. Subscribe now. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.